1944, 67 years ago. The month was February, and the date, the 29th. And the time? It was 1 o'clock in the morning. All was quiet in the middle of the night. Junior girls were asleep and tucked up tight. The leavers were too, completely tired out, when what should disturb them but a deafening shout. Wake up! Wake up! The watchman did cry. The school is on fire, and we don't want to die. Though with movements like lightning, they arose from their beds. They rushed for the school. We must keep our heads.
The teachers in charge moved around with a flurry. The children were brought from their beds in a hurry. They were all marshaled out to the top of Topfield. And from this safe distance, they watched the school yield to the unrelenting and huge roaring flames that knew no bounds and couldn't be tamed.
But true to their form, the leavers proceeded to rescue belongings and kit that was needed. Blankets and mattresses, clothing and all. They came out from dorms as school started to fall.
And into the pool they were thrown with all might, to sink to the bottom, to be saved from the fight.
Through the night the fire raged, but all humans survived. Only gallons of molasses and the terrier dog died.
When finally they met up, the children were singing. Count your blessings like angels. His ears were quite ringing.
There's something you can do.
debating. They thought of the drummer, the cost and the waiting. They were still in their night clothes as dawn finally came. As they pondered with their fate and they cried for their shame.
Kinaro arrived first, the big fat school cook who waddled in that morning without even a look. Half asleep he kept walking to where the school stood, at which point he noticed a sad pile of wood. He stopped in his tracks. He looked such a fool.
Wapi shule! Wapi shule!
But where's the school?
Rennie, the chief secretary, came along at 8:30.
Practically everything is gone, and the headmaster's still dirty.
She spoke with astonishment and great concern too.
You must let me know what on earth I can do.
Well, Mom,
said Parlevers.
this place is quite empty. Our school is not here, and our needs, there are plenty. So go away now and go back to the city. Explain to those buildings to feel full of great pity. But what we need now is doors opening wide for the provision of materials. Tell them, please do not hide.
Just one or two thoughts.
said the chief sec to Pa.
Have you told all the country? The parents live far. They really need info. I'll have to collect. I'll get you a broadcast. I mustn't forget.
And with that she departed, her mission made clear. For her help with the crisis was essential and dear. The message went at lunch. She did just as she promised, and the parents came at 4. Ma and Pa were astonished. It was 4 hours by car on the Old Man Road.
You are quite amazing.
The parents were told.
The insured successor was soon on the scene. He was shocked and suspicious. Was Pa really this mean? What on earth? What? Did you do this on purpose? He pondered aloud.
Never!
Roared Pa back, and the man was quite cowed. The children were all moved, some here, some there. Pa and Ma used the chapel and lived life in prayer. It was here that they heard God one night on their knees. Your school will be rebuilt. I'll be well pleased.
And so they got drawing, with plans made in sand, encouraged with hope in God's capable hands.
What can be done?
Queried Pa. Then,
Of course!
into his mind came the prisoners of war who were caught here in Kenya, who needed more.
So Pa went to Nairobi to ask if he could.
No way. We don't see why we should.
That night, Pa and Ma were found back on their knees.
Please, God, speak most clearly. We really need you, please. Tell us where to go now. Tell us what we should do. We need the school rebuilding. We're pleading with you.
Go straight and ask the army. God commanded at that time, and thus Pa discovered that all would be fine. The army were brilliant, a talented team. They worked all with stone, the hands for machines.
The architect came and saw marks in the sand.
I've looked and I've thought. Let's keep to those plans.
The army were brilliant. They all worked together and the building progressed. Pa and Ma were amazed, never stopped for a rest. Perfection was high on the list for those men, but they all lacked the art and were skilled with their pen.
So once building had finished, they set to with paint and brush. The end result perfect.
Nice!
Back to school the children rushed.
The work done by God and those talented men. School